Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. Just this a little bit, I think. Okay. Hi, everybody. Come on in, come on in, come on in. How's your day been going? I've talked a whole lot today. If we could win awards for how much you talk in a day, I'll be a runner up for sure. Hi, everybody. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Let's talk immigration. Hi, everyone. It's probably so. It's right now. It's 5:58 here in Alabama. Just wrapping up my day. So for some, it will be about almost 7. Yeah, I'm still at work. My 10-year-old told me today he's gonna be 11 next month. He called me and says, "Hey, when are you coming home? You've been gone most of this week for so long." It just crushes your heart. But then again, I remind him he's an expensive kid. Like, you talked about the gaming PC you wanted, right? How's your Thursday going? How's your Thursday been? And how's your evening going? When you come on, hello from Houston. Hello from Alabama here. I hope your day has been good. When you come on, please say hello. Tell me how your day has been. And my day has been really busy but productive. I can't complain. When you are making a difference in people's lives, you can't complain. Whether it be immigration case or criminal defense, um, divorces. Yeah, that's a difference you're making in someone's life too. But anyway, I hope you guys are having a good day. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I want to talk today briefly about who can be a joint sponsor in a marriage-based petition. Who can be a joint sponsor in a marriage-based petition when it comes to immigration cases? Please invite your friends to follow her page, like our Facebook page, follow our Instagram page. We're also on TikTok and YouTube. So whenever I go live on Facebook, I also go live on YouTube as well. And I know I have put on a lot of content on Facebook and YouTube. But YouTube is very straightforward because you can see the videos directly without post and see what it is you're looking for. So please share, subscribe, follow. I really do appreciate that every single time you guys do that. So let's talk about joint sponsor for adjustment of status. Who can be a joint sponsor for AOS? Basically just means adjustment of status. And that is usually when you're filing your combined I-130 and 485, or even if you've already had the petition approved and you're adjusting your status to that of a legal permanent resident. So one of the requirements, and oh, by the way, this is a tiny episode, Lisa. Well, you see, my name is already scrolling down below there. So you already know who it is. But this is a tiny episode. Samuel, immigration attorney based in Alabama, but I can represent immigration clients regardless of the state you live in. You got an immigration case, my firm hand is I can't stop. I can do represent immigration clients. So I wanted to jump on real quick, talk about joint sponsor and who can be a joint sponsor. What is a joint sponsor and who can be a joint sponsor when it comes to your green card application? So when you file your adjustment of status or application for permanent residency, one of the requirements is you must also have your petitioner. Now, not in every case. So there are some cases where you do not require an 864 affidavit of support. An example of that will be if it's an employment-based green card, which I do, and you do the employee is a disinterested party. That's a whole, but nutshell, you don't for the majority of employment-based. However, for family-based adjustment of status, you will need an affidavit of support form I-864. whoever is your petitioner, whether the petitioner is your spouse, or the petitioner is your brother, or the petitioner is your, that's preference category, petitioner is your parent. Once you as a beneficiary of filing your application for your green card, whether it be you're adjusting your status here or even at the consulate, but for today, this evening, we're talking about adjusting status right here. The petitioner must also submit an affidavit of support form, which is the I-864. The whole point of the I-864 is this. The U.S. government just wants to know that when you, the beneficiary, become a legal permanent resident, that you're not going to be a public charge, so the government is not going to have to take care of you. Your petitioner will be responsible and is entering that contract. Basically, the affidavit of support is a contract between the petitioner and the U.S. government saying, I am taking responsibility financially for this person for the next 10 years of their life. That's affidavit of support in a nutshell. So one of the requirements is this: the petitioner must meet, let me say this, make sure I read it somewhere here, but if I'm wrong, this is all coming from the top of my head, but they must meet at least 125% of the poverty guidelines. Their income must be higher than 125% of the poverty guidelines when it comes to based on their household members. So there is a calculator we use where it is already put out. So you just check the box and see what you qualify for. Now, there are some situations where the petitioner doesn't have sufficient income and or assets to make that minimum requirement per the guidelines. What happens in that situation is, because you don't meet, if you fall below the 125%, then you will be required to have a joint sponsor for the beneficiary. And so who can be a joint sponsor when it comes to marriage-based or preference category, whatever the case may be, that way you require the affidavit of support. A joint sponsor must be a green card holder or a citizen. You can't just be someone on an H-1 visa, where it has to be someone who resides in the United States permanently. And so, obviously, in legal status. So that is a U.S. citizen, or at the very minimum, a green card holder. The joint sponsor, just like the petition as well, you must also be at least 18 years old. The joint sponsor must also meet the income requirements, just like the petitioner will. So the joint sponsor's income must be higher than 125% of the poverty guidelines of their household, based on their household. Now, this is where people think, okay, yeah, we can add the main petitioner, the main sponsor, and add my income to the joint sponsor's income, and then we can make up the more than 125%. No. The joint sponsor, it is required that the joint sponsor by themselves must meet the income requirement level of 125% or higher. The joint sponsor must meet that by themselves, because the reason is this: you're not sharing responsibility. You, the petitioner, you're not sharing responsibility of being responsible, no pun intended, for the beneficiary. Each person is an individual and separate sponsor as far as immigration is concerned, so that even if a divorce happens, nothing would, God forbid, you're the petitioner, you divorce the beneficiary, you're still on the hook for the next 10 years. In addition to you being on the hook for the next 10 years, the joint sponsor is on the hook for the next 10 years. You do 5 years, no. Each person is separately responsible for the beneficiary, making sure and entering that agreement with the government on an affidavit of support form to ensure and to attest to the government that they will be responsible for this person for the next 10 years, and the person will not become a public charge. Now, I didn't make the law, so I'm just the messenger. I have a pending docket for 18 months. Can I still file for a travel parole? I have an emergency back home. If so, where should I send it? And how much is it? So I can only, if you want a consultation, we can set that up as you can follow me so you know there's a fee for consultation. It's $125. But if you haven't filed for advance parole, generally, yes, you can. Just make sure you get them before you leave. You have to check, I don't know off the top of my head, but you have to check how much it is. But if you have a pending 45 that you already filed, that you wouldn't need to have filing fee with that. So that's something you want to look into, and you can get that information on the USCIS.gov website. But yes, you can file the advance parole. If you need something to specifically tailor to your case, then we can set up a consultation for you. So in a nutshell, that's basically what a joint sponsor is. What the requirements are, it doesn't change. Because you're a joint sponsor doesn't mean you're just a substitute. Keep in mind, there's a difference between being a joint sponsor and a substitute sponsor. That's a video for another day. So if you need help with your adjustment of status cases, marriage-based, or any other immigration cases that we handle at the All-Way Law Firm, give us a call. Number, email, scrolling across the screen. You can also, a lot of people don't know, you can actually text me or text our office to that same number, and either my assistant or I will respond. I usually get it, but then at the end of the day when I'm home, I switch up my text. But sometimes I don't. It just depends. And I never know. But anyway, that is information on that. Please share this video with people you know it will be helpful for, so you have knowledge is power. The more you know, the more you know. Please share. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, subscribe to YouTube. Thanks to all those who jumped on. And until next time, everybody.